Okay, breeching. And this is really the last to do before we fit it for the final fitting. And I got a plethora of things here. These are the two pattern pieces that you cut out. This is kind of optional, but we're going to use it. I'm going to make it smaller to use it. Lining you need, so you could, if you want, do the lining and then just do a piece of leather lace instead of this. Whatever you want to do. We could probably cut this in half and get two out of it. You're going to need this for up on the bum where all the straps come down, so you'll have 6 straps coming off of that. These need to be here. These are to attach to those straps. You're going to need 6 buckle straps, and you need a couple of hooks. And then you're going to need a length of the 1/8 inch leather lace. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is, I could use leather lace, but I already have this cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half. Not exactly in half, but a little bit thickness in here. Sometimes I go back and I look at the book and I go, I provided this for people who didn't have, who wanted like matching. Yeah, I don't know why I did it. I'm sure there's a reason. Alright, so we could use this piece, or we could use this piece. And I kind of like the more robust look, so I'm going to put this other piece away. And we're going to do a ring. And these are 6mm. I don't have any 5s right now. They're almost a 7 when I measured them. So what's that? Oh, sorry about that. Okay, another one on this side. There's ding dings, yeah. People telling me things. Family. Keeping in touch. Should probably... Okay. Do not... Okay, these are 4mm jump rings, very tiny. I don't have any 5s, and I'll use the 4s for now. And what we need is to make just 2 little tug type things here. There we go. And then, just because there's 2 open ends, that gives the other glue a chance to set up just a little bit more. There we go. Now this is the strap that goes around the back end, under the tail. Well, I guess around the hips. Under the tail, around the hips. And I've been thinking I would have put that opening, hide that inside like that. Same thing here. Because I don't need to see the opening. Wow, I gotta fix that. Sometimes it's not till I actually put glasses on that I can see. Isn't that funny? So, that's important. There we go. Alright. So I got those, and I need to, of course, cut them. To about the same size. They're gonna be hidden behind the, I mean, nobody's really gonna see these, but they'll see the loops. It's still a good piece of lace, don't get rid of that. So, this is another where the lining extends past so that the loops don't rub. And we want these sandwiched in between, equidistant, so about an inch over, about an inch over. Is that an inch? So think of it this way. Don't want them. Yeah. So you got the horse's tail right here. And this is going to come up on the sides of the hips, and then this connects to the saddle, if you can see that. So this is, you don't want them too centered. You want them closer to the edge, because you don't want to interfere with the tail and with leg movement. This is just going to be right along the outside of the hip if we do it right. And yes, I look at reference materials that I'm doing this. And because, we're going to bring it up a little bit. Because we want this piece, when it's laid down, to cover those. So that's probably should be there. And if you have to make sure that it's even, because it's not. There we go. And the extra glue should just come off. Alright. Now we're going to glue this to the lining. I should probably have edge coated that first, because I can absolutely see I need edge coat. Let's see if I can't get some of that extra glue removed. It's so nice to have fingernails. When I lose them, they're just like I lose a tool. And that is your back breeching strap. Okay, next we're going to make 4 buckle straps about 1 inch long. And I don't know if you want to watch me make, 6 buckle straps. 6 in all, and I've already cleaned these buckles. And they're the buckles that fit this 1/8 inch leather lace. There's no magic to making buckle straps. And an 1.25 inches here, because I'm going to do some flip over, so the turnover to attach it. So I'm going to make 6 of those. And that is one. I'll be back when I'm done with the others. Okay, every buckle strap also needs a fixed keeper. So if you want to make sure that you don't make it too tight. You take a piece of leather. This is just one of the scraps from the re-rigging strap, because we cut it down, and put that on the right side so you don't accidentally glue your keeper to the wrong place. I would like it further down. It's easier to buckle it up. If it's too close to the buckle, it's really hard. So dab of glue on each side, fold it, and that might actually be too far. I got a pretty thick piece of leather. That's pretty thick, so bring it around. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. All right, and then there they go, all 6 of them. Okay. We need to put them onto here. Alright, so there's going to be, this is your rigging strap, your breeching strap. It is rigging, but it's breeching. Okay, we're going to put 2 on this ring. Wow, 6mm is perfect for 2 buckles. It's good. And then do, I'm kind of folding this. You see that, folding it in half because the ring is a little bit small, but it'll work. There we go. You notice I don't always count to 5 with the glue. Sometimes it just feels set up, so I'm not worried about it popping. Sometimes it doesn't, and I'll go ahead and count the full 5. And it can have a lot to do with using too much glue, like right there. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. And then, whoops, should we do it right? Will this fit a bigger model? Is probably what I'm thinking, than a mule. If you measure everything to the model you want to use it on, the saddle itself does not need to change, right? This will fit any of them. What would be different is this cinch, breast collar, and your cinch or girth. And then, of course, these straps. It's going to be close, but it should fit any of them, so. All right, let's see. Okay, next thing we need to do is attach this from around the back end to the saddle through a series of straps to the ring that sits on the top of the butt of the animal, I guess hips. So their butt's lower, but anyways, so we got to do the straps. We're going to cut 4 2.5-inch lengths of our 1/8 inch that we're using, right? So one, try to do this in real time so you get a sense of how long it takes to make a saddle. I don't want you to have to watch every step. I think I did that early on. I should have edited a little better. But I think some people don't understand when somebody says, I want this much for the saddle, because of the time they have invested. And I've even had people say, oh, now I know why customs cost so much. Well, yeah, that's why customs cost so much. All right, so now we're going to glue 4 of these. You know, I'm pretty good at mine, so, and I have a repeatable pattern. So usually when I sell, and I will start selling on Etsy. I haven't started by the time this drops. Not as because this is my hobby and I make them, but also because I'm making them for these videos, and that's saddles I don't need, because I've made my saddles for my. It was always a dream of mine to have a saddle for all of my horses. Well, then I realized not all of my horses want or need saddles, so the ones that do have them. Some of them have more than one, and those are in storage because you can only wear one at a time. So yeah, I don't need all the saddles that I make, so I do sell them. And I think mine are relatively inexpensive compared to some of the customs out there. And I've also noticed that there's a lot of people doing customs using my pattern, so I find that hilarious. Which is fine. I can recognize my patterns, by the way. There's certain things that I did in the patterns, the shapes of the jockeys and the skirts and the tree and all of that, that I can tell when it's mine. I appreciate other tack makers' work. They do things that make me go, wow, how'd you figure that out? All right, that's looking pretty good. So that would be for 1, 2, 3, 4. But we need to go from here to the saddle. So that's our next step. We need to make 2 more buckle straps, about 1 inch long. Two thousand, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. All right. Don't fall. So, in order to make sure the glue is always ready, I have it sitting on a spool from a emptied leather lace. Well, I'll show you in a second here. So it's sitting on this spool. It's a little wobbly, but that way the glue is always ready to come out the nozzle. There's problems with that because I end up with sorry while I do a little sky over here. This is too thick for keepers. So I mean, I have to clean the nozzle all the time because it gets all gooked up right there. And sometimes if it's been sitting long enough, the tip gets really clogged, and I have to use a needle to unclog it and get out all the old glue that's causing the problem. Okay. You want to be difficult? We can do it a different way. There we go. Oh, those are pretty big. Alrighty. There we go. Took long enough. And then we'll go ahead and put those right here. Now you don't want it too tight on these because you want them to be able to move. So that's probably more fold over than normal, just to make sure I'm not pulling it too tight. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put in some, it'll make it easier to buckle if I put these at a point. And go ahead and get these buckled. Like I said, easier if it's a point. Oh baby, there we go. Love to make liars out of me, don't they? Alright. And we're going to be able to fit this to the model in a bit to make the two side straps. So I'm trying to pull through enough to do that. And so that they're all about in the same place. I'm not pulling too much through. Like that's a little bit too much, but I'll go back that way. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Now what we do need on here is two straps to attach to those, and they're not going to be very long. Let's see. They're probably only going to be about an inch finished, maybe less. It's a pretty tight area. So what I'm going to do, can't be any longer really than that because the buckle has no place to go. So I know other crazy things that I'm doing here. So I don't usually measure. Sometimes I'll grab a measurement, but I usually don't measure, so it's thinner. Getting so much closer. on, baby. Okay, so just so you know, there's other rigging styles. I had to pick one. This one seemed to be easy, informative, and unique. I didn't want to, and it also seemed pretty universal too. It looks secure, so you know safety is important when you're showing in the ring. There's a lot of reasons why I picked this pattern. So you can obviously go out there, find a different pattern, and you know adjust if you like something different. This is not like the only saddle pattern out there. All right. So that's the fun part. Get that under his tail. All right. Now. Yeah, but you guys really want to sit here and watch me do up latigo ties. Pretty boring. 2, 3, thank you. Just can't help it. I have to pretty it up. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty. And just doing a quick check of strap length. Okay. Alright, so that's what I was afraid of. Okay, that's better. So we can't go any further, so I might tighten these two up a little bit. But if you look down here, we're in the right place. Because our breeching is supposed to be this muscle here is what you landed on, because if you go any lower then they get chafing from the movement of their leg, so you don't want it way down there. This is the right height. So maybe once you pull everything tight, that's gonna be, yeah, that'll be right where it's supposed to be. Oh, that one's in the wrong place. It goes up there. Alright, so last strap goes to here, and I'm going to do a hook. It could go up to here, but that makes no sense. It should go to right there, so I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to make a hook strap. So get my fold over. The hook is going to take up, there's going to be a jump ring and a hook, and then I want it to go to there. So that's going to be my length. That's probably a little long, but I want 2 of those. There we go. So I got my 2 lengths here. I've got a lot longer than the other, so I've got 2 hooks. I've already cleaned them, and I've got 2 jump rings. It's awfully big. I think I like these little ones better. Let's see. Yep, I like the little ones better. I'll be more realistic. So, what I need to do, these things are so tiny. Open it up. Put in a hook. These are Rio Rondo hooks, by the way. And close it up. Open it up, put in a hook. Close it up. Alright. I'm always looking for the thinner edge because I have to do that fold in half thing. To fit it into this tiny ring. I don't have the next size up. Well, the next size up is those big rings, I know. I think they were all, when I got them, they called them 5, but I think they're smaller than that. They have to be. It's just you can't go from a 5 to well, I don't know. We'll see. I should measure them, but they seem really tiny. All right, but look, we got it in there. Now I could turn it into a D. You guys, I think, see me do that in my other videos. Or I could use the D ring. There we go. And I'm going to skive this one just a little bit because it's going to be easier to get through that. I'm sorry, get through that hoop. I have the hook pointing up, so I should have it pointing down. There we go, fits. Oh yeah. There we go. Now we do need to get ourselves a point. Since these are on opposite sides of the model, I like to do them like mirror image. All right. Last piece. These things are so tiny. These things are so tiny, so sometimes I have to use my skinny fingers plier. There we go. That's attached. Alrighty. There we go. Wow. nice and snug. I have to fix this. And I might actually make a couple of buckles to attach down here. So I'm going to take care of those because I'm not happy with I mean, even on this side, it should go here. It makes more sense, but in order for it to go there, I need a hook because I don't want to have to completely undo this every time. So that's going to be an addition I'm going to do next, okay? Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed that one. It's on the correct place, but I need to these are a pain. This is why I don't like to untack them if I don't have to. So I have to go through that keeper, and then I have to pull off that sliding keeper so that I can pull this off. Right? So that's annoying. What I do have, though, is a hook. And these are 4mm jump rings because I do not have any 5s. I would use a 5. Ooh. Well, did that even with my glasses on. So a 5 would be better. This is what I got. That's why I'm going, wow, that seems small because I don't have my 5s. That's why. Sometimes you just have to visualize it. So where can I go? I was right the first time. We go through this, but we have to hook it. And I didn't hook it. I'm going to go through that, but I am going to hook onto something right now. I'll unhook it, but I need something to hook it to. So hook it here. Wrong side, we hook it onto here. Should fit. There we go. Then we go through the first keeper. Then we need to put this keeper on. Back side. There we go. Yep. Is that upside down? Oh, it's gotta go this way. What a pain, huh? I should have done this the first time. But I like this better, so I'm adjusting. Because you can do that when it's your tack. You can go, oh, that doesn't look right. I want to do this instead. Finally, okay. Why did you... Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. Now we just have to do this one more time on the other side. Isn't that exciting? Maybe that side will be a little bit easier. Pull that back just a little bit. We can unhook this now. I needed to do that so I had some tension and that I remembered where everything goes. Okay, So now I need to do that here too. On the saddle, I forgot to edge coat, so I went ahead and edge coated. You don't need to see me color with a Sharpie, it's boring. So now we're gonna try not. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, I think that's about as tight as I want to get there. Now look at all this extra. Guess those are going to be buckle keepers on the next brown saddle project I do. Alright. We're going to have to sticky wax that down as I keep laying it the wrong way. Alright. Same thing over here. I don't think I can go much tighter. Got it looking weird, so we'll go ahead and trim this. And but it's pretty much done. I'll get some pictures of it so you can see it with gravity pulling on it. And yeah, that is the pack saddle. I appreciate you spending time with me. Thank you.